You better be ready because we are going to dive in the history of Lautaro Martínez. Some call him El Toro, others call him a warrior. But one thing is clear, this guy never backs down. From rejection in his early days to becoming Argentina's World Cup hero, his story is nothing short of insane. But what makes him special? How did he go from a small-town kid in Bahía Blanca to playing alongside Lionel Messi and lifting the biggest trophies in football? Stay locked in, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Lautaro Martínez is one of the most underrated strikers of our time. Early life and challenges. Lautaro Martínez was born on August 22nd, 1997 in Bahía Blanca, Argentina, a city known more for its rugby culture than for producing footballing superstars. But Lautaro, he had only one dream, to become a professional footballer. From an early age, his talent was obvious. However, talent alone wasn't enough. When he tried out for Boca Juniors, one of Argentina's biggest clubs, he was rejected. They said he wasn't fast enough. That moment could have crushed him. But instead of giving up, Lautaro doubled down on his training, working harder than ever at his local club, Liniers. His father, a former footballer himself, kept pushing him. He told Lautaro, "They don't see what you see. Keep working and they'll regret it." And guess what? He did just that. At Liniers, Lautaro dominated, scoring over 50 goals in a single season. The fire inside him was growing, and soon bigger clubs started to notice. That's when Racing Club, one of Argentina's most historic teams, came knocking. But success wasn't immediate. Moving to Buenos Aires at just 16 years old was a huge challenge. He was homesick, struggling to adapt to the intense lifestyle of professional football. He even considered quitting and going back home. However, Racing's coaching staff saw something special in him. They forced him to stay, believing he had the potential to be one of Argentina's best strikers. That decision would change everything. Racing Club breakthrough. At just 17 years old, Lautaro Martínez officially joined Racing Club's youth academy, but breaking into the first team, that was another battle. The level was higher, the pressure was immense, and every young striker was fighting for a spot. At first, Lautaro struggled. He was still adapting to the speed and physicality of Argentina's Primera Division, and his goal tally wasn't impressive. But behind the scenes, he was grinding. His coaches saw his potential and pushed him to improve his movement, finishing, and physical strength. Then in 2016, his big moment came. Racing's first choice striker was injured, and Lautaro got his chance to start. The result? A dream debut goal. The young striker had arrived. From that moment on, he never looked back. Season after season, Lautaro grew into one of Argentina's most feared young strikers. He had everything: speed, dribbling ability, a killer instinct in front of goal. In 2017, he had his breakthrough season, scoring 9 goals in 23 appearances and quickly becoming a fan favourite. European scouts started circling, watching every match, waiting for the right moment to snatch him away. One scout in particular was obsessed: Javier Zanetti, Inter Milan's legend. He saw something special in Lautaro and convinced Inter to make their move. In 2018, the Italian giants came knocking, and Racing knew they couldn't hold on to Lautaro any longer. Europe was calling and Lautaro was ready. Inter Milan and the big move. In 2018, Lautaro Martínez made the life-changing move to Inter Milan for €25 million. For a young player coming straight from Argentina's league, the pressure was massive. And to make things even tougher, he wasn't an instant starter. Inter already had Mauro Icardi, one of Serie A's top strikers. Lautaro had to fight for every minute on the pitch. But if there's one thing we know about El Toro, it's that he thrives on competition. In his first season, Lautaro showed flashes of brilliance, but his big breakthrough came in 2019 when Antonio Conte took over as Inter's coach. Conte had a vision, and it involved a devastating strike partnership: Lautaro Martínez and Romelu Lukaku. Lukaku and Lautaro became unstoppable. Fire. The two strikers had insane chemistry. Lautaro's movement and work rate combined perfectly with Lukaku's strength and hold-up play. Together they tore apart Serie A defences, scoring goals for fun. By 2021, the wait was finally over. Inter Milan won their first Serie A title in 11 years. Lautaro was a crucial part of that historic campaign, scoring 17 league goals and proving he was no longer just a promising talent. He was a world-class striker. But while Inter was celebrating, Lautaro had his eyes on an even bigger prize, the World Cup with Argentina. The World Cup glory. Winning trophies with Inter Milan was incredible, but for Lautaro Martínez, there was one dream bigger than all the rest, bringing the World Cup back to Argentina. He had already played a key role in Argentina's 2021 Copa America victory, helping end the nation's 28-year trophy drought. But the ultimate test was waiting. Qatar 2022. Argentina entered the tournament as one of the favourites, and Lautaro is expected to be a key player alongside Lionel Messi. But football is unpredictable, and Lautaro's World Cup campaign started rough. In Argentina's shocking 2-1 loss to Saudi Arabia, Lautaro had 2 goals ruled out for offside. The pressure was mounting, and as the tournament progressed, he lost his starting spot to Julian Alvarez. It was a heartbreaking moment, but Lautaro didn't complain. He didn't sulk. Instead, he embraced his role as a fighter off the bench. In the quarter-final against the Netherlands, the match was tied, and Argentina's World Cup hopes were hanging by a thread. The game went to a penalty shootout, and who stepped up to take the final kick? Lautaro. Boom. Ice-cold finish. Game over. Argentina through to the semi-finals. Even though he wasn't a starter in the final, Lautaro came on to fight in extra time against France, helping Argentina push through the toughest moments. And when Gonzalo Montiel scored the winning penalty, Lautaro Martínez became a world champion. From rejection at Boca Juniors to lifting the biggest trophy in football, his journey had come full circle. But the story wasn't over, because El Toro was still hungry for more. What's next for Lautaro? Winning the World Cup and Serie A would be enough for most players, but for Lautaro Martínez, it's just another chapter in his unstoppable rise. At 26 years old, Lautaro is entering his prime. He's no longer just a promising talent. He's now the captain of Inter Milan, leading the team into a new era. And guess what? He's only getting better. This season he's been on fire, scoring goals at a ridiculous rate. His movement, his finishing, and his leadership have all reached new levels. Some experts believe he could become the best striker in the world if he keeps improving. Transfer rumours and the future. Big clubs across Europe are watching him closely. Barcelona, Chelsea, and even Real Madrid have all been linked with Lautaro. Could he make a blockbuster move to the Premier League or La Liga? Or will he stay at Inter and become a club legend? It's a tough decision. Staying in Milan means cementing his legacy and possibly winning more trophies. But a move to an elite European giant could bring him new challenges and a shot at the Ballon d'Or. Can he become one of the greats? With Messi and Ronaldo's era coming to an end, the football world is searching for the next global superstar. Can Lautaro Martínez step up and become one of the best players of his generation? If his career has taught us anything, it's that he thrives under pressure. Every time people have doubted him, he has proven them wrong. From a rejected kid in Bahía Blanca to a World Cup champion, his journey is a lesson in never giving up. And if history has shown us one thing, it's this. Lautaro Martínez is far from done. Fire. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. Where do you think Lautaro will go next?